Science. There we go. I suppose we can go with that. Plus 1 intellect from this. It is defined by the character's class level and intellect. Aw. Do 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 do. Where would it say? How much? Oh, right here. Plus 60. It'll be 51 if I take away the cloak of take away the cloak, but give him the deck, give him the intelligence, unless. Boom. That's 1 extra intellect. Boom. There we go. Boom. Yay. I think we can work with that. God, our reflex is nuts. Yeah, just 2 tanky boys just right here. Just 2 tanky boys. Just 2 tanky boys. One's more of a tank than the other. The other one is just like, he's sort of an off tank, but yet he can tank. Is that weird or what? All right, I think we're set with that. This is great. Also, how much HP do we get from leveling up? Out of curiosity, how much HP did we get from leveling up? Oh, huh? You got 13 HP from leveling up, or 13 endurance from leveling up. That is pretty nice. That is nice. Okay. Okay. I think I'm just gonna stick with this though. Unless, what is this? Frightened? What does it do? Dexterity and accuracy. Ah.
Right away.
Right away. All right, I'm about to give a kid a dagger, and I'm not exactly going to be happy about it. It's going to be so awkward. All right, kid. All right, Gordon bounces on the pavement. Did you get it? Do you have the dagger? Can I see it? Hey, bud. I have the dagger right here. Do. Okay, Gordy stops bouncing and stares at it, gaping in awe. It's so sharp. Survival 4. Oh, because I have like +1 or something. Oh, because I have a high survival. Slowly hold out the dagger pommel first. Listen first. When you're not using it, keep it sheathed or it will rust. Don't show it off or someone's going to take it away from you. Or worse, it's a weapon, not a toy. Understand? Gordy's hands trembles as he restrains himself from snatching the dagger away. He nods, holding the dagger in its sheath. I'll take good care of it, I promise. So, about that secret. I saw one of the actors hide something under a loose stone near the theater. Probably nothing as good as a March steel dagger, though. Thank you for telling me, Gordy. Bye-bye. I'm guessing that's the theater.
I'm on the trail.
And the fire shows me something new.
Nice. Is that it? Yep, I think that's it. All right, a call to court. A message from the Ducal Palace in Defiance Bay has arrived at Cadnua. Oh. I guess that's our next place. How much longer for that to complete? In 20 hours. Oh, as soon as we get there. Boom. As soon as we get there.
Walls need some work before this place is secured. My
Yes.
husband could fix them right up.
Okay, follow the drunkard. A local inebriate has wandered onto the strongholds. He is asking for help with his accumulated debts. All right, and for the other wall, boom. And then after the wall, not enough money. Okay, so after the wall will be the maze. That's the next highest one. And then possibly the barracks. Do 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 do. Greetings, my lord. I bear an urgent message from Chancellor Warren of Defiance Bay. He requests that you meet with him at your earliest convenience in the Ducal Palace. Your claim on Cadnua has been called into question by the Cathbin family. Earl Badmere has issued a ruling on the matter, but both you and Lord Cathbin must be present. Who's Chancellor Warren? He's an arbiter of legal matters for Earl of Adamere of the Grasp. Tell me about this Lord Gathman. An old Adrian lineage, I believe. He looks around the Great Hall. The former lord of this stronghold, a distant relative of Lord Gathman, allied himself with the losing side during the War of Defiance. I'll go meet him then. The chance will await you in the records room of the Ducal Palace in first fires. The messenger bows, then strides away. Hello, greetings, Lord Z. I was hoping to talk to you. I'm in a spot of trouble. Man's breath stinks of ale. Very well, let's hear it. You call your allies together and motion for the petitioner to step forward. Thing is, I've worked a few debts in Deerford, and a few other places, more than a few. I haven't got the coin, my lord. I'd pay it off if I could. I was thinking maybe you'd know of someone looking to hire on, or something I'm willing to work. Why should I trouble myself with this shiftless vagabond? Okay. Ooh. Don't worry, I can settle this. Thank you, my lord. I wasn't sure anybody would care, really. Boom. I mean... oh, my poor money. Oh, my money. Intent on finished in 4 days. Oh, my money. Oh, my poor money. Ah, my poor money. Oh, that sucks.
Walls need some work before this place is secure.
Yep, they
My
are getting.
husband could fix them right up.
Oh, if only he was here right now. This way. Cheers. All right. Back to Defiance Bay, I suppose. Brackenburg. Oh, I'll take a look at that there in a little bit. Boom. 22 hours. Boom. All right. It's not stealing, so. Suppose we can head in here now. Because I think... Okay, the call of court's getting settled right now. Oh, I need... Oh, wait. I need to actually leave now, so... Boom. All right. Let's settle our dispute on whose keep is whose. It's my keep. I will not hand it over. Okay, where is it at? Ducal Palace. Boop. I will not hand this over.
Politics, infighting, greed, and a shrine to Margaret as well. Her clergy belongs there.
Aha.
Hail, traveler.
The young woman of just music. The young woman wears a simple but well-tailored uniform. She watches the comings and goings around her with quiet attention. Any news to share, or are you just here to see the Ducal Palace? What's the Ducal Palace? It's the seat of government here in Defiance Bay. This is where Duke Adamanth Hadrith declared freedom from Adiran rule some 150 years ago. And she lowers her voice and grins. It's also a hotbed of regional politics. Trust me, the gossip here beats what you'll find in any tavern or brothel in the city. Brothel? Anyways. Dear, what politics. It changes too quickly to be worth keeping up with. Better to strike up conversation to the taverns than try to loiter inconspicuously in the palace corridors. Looking for news? Who are you? I'm a page here at the palace. I deliver messages and run errands for the Duke and his advisors. The pay's not great, but I can't think of a better introduction to politics. What goes on in here? Where to start? We've got meetings, public hearings, and ceremonies, and that's just the stuff that happens out in the open. And she leans a little closer. This is where the Duke and his key advisors work, so there's always someone bartering for a favor. Unfortunately, I'm not at liberty to talk about that side of things. Man, this is some beautiful music. This is some real beautiful music. But if you want the official version, she clears her throat and gestures counterclockwise around the palace. We have a shrine devoted to Magrin, official records, and chambers for public hearings and council meetings. Tell me about Margaret. The symbol of Margaret's protection of Defiance Bay. She represents the revolutionary spirit of the Deerwood ever since independence, and her involvement in creating the God Hammer bomb only affirmed her importance to us. She scratches her neck. That's also where the first of the sacred fires burned, but Virga, the tranquil ardent, has had trouble keeping them lit. What kind of records are stored here? Mostly dull official stuff. Census, counts, tax records, militia registers. Now I keep my distance. I got curious one day and got drafted into reshelving half of the records. Worst day of my life. Is there a hearing going on right now? Sure is. Duke Avern's been meeting with some of the city leaders for weeks now, trying to figure out how to address the legacy. The whole business is terribly secret, though. I tried to sit in the gallery during my lunch break one day and got turned away. But a lot of the talk concerns animancy, so there's good reason they're keeping the meeting behind closed doors. Legacy? No, Waden's legacy. That's what a lot of people call the rash of Hollowborn. The theory goes that it's punishment for meddling in animancy. Why is animancy so controversial? She laughs. Where to begin? Traditionalists think it's a crime against the gods. There's no question that poking around in souls is risky. But the more progressive elements believe it's our only shot at restoring healthy births. And it doesn't help matters that animancy research often involves old Angwithan relics that were illegally looted from the ruins in Iriglandfall. She makes a quick twitching motion with her index and middle fingers. What are Hollowborn? She raises an eyebrow. You really are fresh from the road. Hollowborn are children born without souls. They often don't live for very long, and those that do have generally received some kind of treatment from the animancers. So what do you think about animancy? Me? I think the real danger of animancy is confusing a real scholar with expensive fake. We get new case here every day. Some poor couple in the gift of Copperlane who spent every copper they had on a miracle cure for their unborn child. it never works. Breaks your heart, but there's usually nothing we can do for them. I see. Like that's something about else, of course. Tell me about the current Duke. That would be a werewolf grin. Don't let the title fool you, though. Our dukes have been elected since independence. Some fine duke ever reached, rather coarse. He's a frontier noble. Personally, I think a rough and tumble type is just what Divine Spade needs. Well, thank you. We'll talk to Firga later. That is stealing. Ah, here we are. And thank you for coming, Zircon. I've been trying to track you down for some time. This is Marshal Thorne, Earl Benimer's military advisor. He will serve as witness for this proceeding. He gestures at the man next to him. Well met, Road Warden. Your reputation precedes you. I admit you've created a bit of a stir throughout the nobility with your reclamations of Catanua. Most are still not sure what to think of you. What's this about? The legitimacy of your claim to Catanua is in question. Earl Benimer has issued a ruling on the matter. I trust the Earl to make a fair judgment. Your cooperation is duly noted and much appreciated. All will be made clear once Lord Gathman arrives. Do you have any questions for me while we wait? Tell me about Earl Benimer. Benimer comes from an esteemed line of lords that rose to prominence after the War of Defiance some 150 years ago. The Deerwood consists of seven earldoms. The Bedmore's government, the northern earldom known as the Grasp. As to the current Benimer, he is as fine a man as I know. It is an honor to serve him. Tell me more about the Grasp. The Grasp is now the largest of the 7 earldoms after it consumed the prior earldom of Yenwood. It encompasses notable settlements such as New Hamor, Garen's Grasp, Gildevale, and of course Catanua. Yenwood? When the Deerwood was a mere colony of Adir, it was divided into nine earldoms. When the earldoms were defeated and ultimately driven out, 2 of the earldoms were absorbed and borders were adjusted. The Yenwood was one such earldom. What do you know of Gathman? While I've met him but once, it was ample time to determine the character of Lord Arladir Gathman or lack thereof. Ooh. He is descended from an old Ediran line that predates the War of Defiance. His great-grandfather, Rene Gathman, was the Earl of Yenwood during the war. That is, until he was stripped of his lands and driven from Deerwood. You missed me leveling up my characters? Oh, I'm sorry. Z just became Z and Adair just became more tanky. I finally got to level 2 chant spells with Kanan. The Sanagir's pet became more had gained more DPS, and the casters gained more casting abilities. Okay, he's descended from an older earldom that is until he was stripped of his lands. Okay. Do you know which way Earl Benmore has ruled? I'm sorry, my lord, I do not. The Earl's decree is sealed. What was that about Road Warden? The one who rules Catanua on behalf of the Earl of Yenwood is traditionally known as the Road Warden. Your position might not be entirely official yet. The title is an appropriate form of address. The Marshal nods and smiles. I don't have any more questions. Your timing is impeccable. Here comes Lord Gathman now. Oh dear. Better take a drink real quick before we do this. An opulent dressed man strides towards the Chancellor, his sandy hair trailing him like a banner caught in a light breeze, boot heels echoing throughout the hall. An elven woman with cropped hair dressed in dark, glinting mail shadows his steps before taking position alongside him. And she watches you unabashedly, taking your measure. Oh, hello. Let's move past the formality as quickly as possible. I have other matters to attend to. It's well known that Cadnua belongs to me by right. And where's this pretender? He who murdered the Raedrix, my own sister and her husband, and now steals my... I did not kill your sister. I killed your husband, but not yours. What? And now steals my land. Where's this low lord? Oh God. Well, glances at you. This man here, this is the Lord of Cadnua. I thought he was just another servant, perhaps a valet or a porter. Raise your hand. Everyone who owns their own keep, raise a hand. Go on, don't be shy. Imbecile, I hope you've enjoyed your time squatting on my land. Provoke me further and I'll hang you from the highest wall of Cadnua when our business is finished. Chancellor, read the Earl's decree. Warren breaks the seal on the scroll and unfurls it. Regarding the matter of the Gathbin claim on Cadnua, Earl Bedmer finds that the Gathbin claim was never relinquished. By law, Cadnua is the rightful property of the Gathbin family. I knew it. I knew it. I'm not yet finished reading, my lord. Gathbin rolls his eyes and motions for the Chancellor to continue. However, the Earl recognizes Zircon's part in reclaiming Cadnua, a site that has stood abandoned and even some would say cursed for over a century. Before Cadnua's return to the Gathbin family, the Earl has decreed that Lord Gathbin will provide compensation in the form of absolutely not. Oh dear. Hold on. Gathbin folds his arm. Oh dear. My lord, Warren raises his eyebrows. The amount is quite reasonable and a requirement for your land to be returned to you if you'll just allow me to finish. I'll not pay a single copper to this miscreant for my ancestral land. Do you think I'm blind to the Earl's motives, lackey? He thinks he can send a message with this insult. I have a message you can send that son of a whore. Gathrin raises an open hand as the Chancellor shrinks from him, arm raised in defense. Enough. How dare you give me an order? Gathrin whirls to face you. My lord, I suggest you calm yourself immediately. The marshal's tone is calm, but his hand rests on the hilt of his sword. The elven woman deftly draws a pistol from her thick leather belt. Her eyes widen in anticipation. My lord, please, there is no need for violence. Lord Gathrin holds your gaze for several heartbeats, his eyes burning with hatred. I'll be coming for what's mine. Count on it. Come, Captain Emery, we're leaving. He sneers defiantly before storming down the hall. The captain lowers her pistol and gives a smirking shrug before following her employer. Oh, that doesn't seem good. Well, I can't say that Gathman's reaction was entirely unexpected. Through no fault of your own, I'm afraid you've made a powerful enemy. He did seem a little upset, didn't he? I've heard he's always been vicious, even as a boy, and he can hold a grudge for a very long time. In any case, Cadnua now officially belongs to you since Lord Gathman has rejected the Earl's decree. Here, this belongs to you. This belonged to one of the old lords of Cadnua. By right, it's now yours. Please extend an invitation to Lord Gathman to feast with me within the halls of Creed Cadnua. There's no need for us to be enemies. That is a generous offer, and I'll make sure it reaches Lord Gathman. It was a pleasure to finally meet you, my lord. Warren bows. Perhaps we'll speak again under more pleasant circumstances. Farewell. Ooh. Ooh. Oh. Oh. Roar's 25% experience. Nadhine's finger, 500 to 1,000 copper and treasure, expires in 2 days, 25 hours, duration 3 turns. 3 turns? That's supposed to be like 10 rounds or something like that? 3 turns? Nadhine was a grandfather murderer who was notorious for both his brutality. I'm guessing this means I need to get another companion at some point. Oh god. Quick, chat, next companion. Where? Chat, next companion. Where's this? Okay, okay. I think we're still only in Act 1, right? Or is this? Oh, we are in Act 2 now. So we should be getting more companions. Please, more companions. Where are they? I will look them up because I don't want to miss any of those hold quests or keep quests.
Well met, friend.
Okay. The woman's head is bowed as her lips move in prayer. Just as you approach, you catch her glimpsing at the statue near her. She notices you and forces a smile. Praise be to Mogren, and welcome to her temple. How may I be of service? You seem upset. What's wrong? Oh. Her shoulders slump. This is about the fires, isn't it? She puts a hand on your shoulder. They're just symbols. You can't put your faith in them. Slow down and tell me what this is about. The sacred pyres all around town. You must have seen the statues of the goddess around the city, holding up empty bracers. I've kept them burning steadily for 15 years, but I haven't been able to conjure them for months now. And people need to see them more than ever these days. What does that mean? It's my devotion and prayers that keep them lit, but lately, when I try to pray, all I can think about are the Hollowborn all over the city. The grieving families, the refugees. She shakes her head. How could Mogren allow us to suffer like this? What strength do we gain from a soulless child? Duran guns for the stain. What strength do we gain from adversity? Or from a trial and test? The fires don't wither because she lacks in faith. They wither because she does not understand how to be faithful to a whore. A whore wants neither praise nor devotion. A whore wants to be compensated for her services. And Mogren is paid and pleasured in sweat and struggle and pain. This mewling imbecile is unworthy of Mogren's womanly heat. Rude. Take heart and don't abandon your faith too easily. She nods hopefully, her hands clasped together. You're right. And fortunately, I believe Mogren's been speaking to me again. She casts a quick glance in your direction. Passionate too. There are some things there's some things you can know without quite understanding them. If I'm not mistaken, you seem to know what I mean. Lately, I've been seeing visions, a place in the wilderness with pools filled with sunbursts of color, strange falls that seem to rise to the heavens even while they splash into the earth. She raises her hands as if framing an image of her vision, And beyond the falls is a cave filled with fire and heat and danger, and some token of my goddess. I know there's something there, but where it is or how I'd get there, she shakes her head. I've been meaning to ask around at the expedition hall to see if anyone recognizes the description. To be honest, though, I don't know what I'd do even if I found the place. Worthless. So, like so many migrants flock, afraid of our goddess's test. If Margaret speaks to her, it is to hasten an end to hypocrite's life. And this vision is surely a death trap for the weak. I'd like to know more about the temple here. So what's the significance of the sacred pyres? Man, Durance is a dick. 1 second, chat. 1 second. One second. Boop, boop, boop. 1 second. Sorry. Boop. Okay. Boop. Our neighbors in the Villian Republic see us as superstitious, but we're just sensitive to the signs and warnings of the gods. Something else? I'd like to know more about the temple here. Margaret is the most revered goddess among us dear Woodens, though it's no surprise that her temple is part of the ducal palace. Her fires symbolize trials, revolutions, and the blazing of new paths, all of which are important to us. This is the first of the sacred pyres. When this is lit, so are the rest around the city.